Which one would you have more respect for?
I wouldn't have respect for either. Like, so I wouldn't
Imagine you did get horned by a deer. You came back, honey, I got horned by a deer.
Man,
1-800, did you get horned by a deer?
I don't pay attention to the days no more. I don't pay attention to the days no more.
so we back in another one again with the day-to-day, you know what I'm saying?
Right here, right now.
Just a lot of conversation. You know, we do a lot of topics. We talk about a lot of stuff. But it's just our opinion, you know what I'm saying? It's our opinion. It's not nothing we forcing off on y'all. It's just how we feel. You can tell us how you feel. It's basically just like an open channel, man, for opinions and just how a person feels about certain topics. So
Agreed.
don't take anything to heart and don't just think that anything's rock solid.
Yeah.
Because, you know, hey, we may can tell you something that can help you. You may can tell us something that can help us, you know. So that's what it is, day to day.
Yeah.
Day-to-day conversations.
Unless it makes sense, then
Yeah. It's got to make sense. It's got to be positive. Got to make sense. Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, that's my opinion. It might be crazy to me, not crazy to you. So
if everything was concrete, this would not be a fun podcast.
Right.
Exactly. So starting off to my right.
Maybe your left.
Nah, you got me. But you got me there.
You're gonna look over.
Hey, I was like, wait a minute. I
Gotta talk to the people.
Listeners,
You gotta talk to
bro.
the people.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, y'all. This is Jay-Z the Kid here. I'm gonna pass it to our next guy over here. Been with us a long time.
AKA, it's Vonteezy for no reason. It's a certified stepdad.
There he is.
You know.
In the building.
Yeah. You know, I like to, shout out to all my single mothers out there.
Gotta
I'm
shout
a
him out.
Single mother supporter. So if you need any help, of course, DM me at Levante Arbery on
It's
TikTok.
LAVONT.
Yeah, LAVONTEARBERRY on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok.
Every
Holla at your
platform.
boy.
And then, you know, if you don't have that, he has email. He also has 1-800-LAV.
Hey, that's it. That's it.
Imagine you did have a hotline though.
Yeah, the
I
hotline,
mean,
you know
it's
what I'm
coming
saying?
soon.
And we will be accepting
1-800
phone
certified
calls, you
stepdad.
know.
Call
That's
now.
it. It's coming soon.
And just,
I got a lot of children out here, you know, a lot of people that I take care of. So, you know, I'm just adding to the pot.
Yeah.
So pretty soon, yeah, I'm gonna have my hotline. We can all have some good conversations.
So, got a few topics, few things to talk about. Julian made a pretty good point, pretty good question he had about the environment.
Yeah, so, you know, I hear a lot of people say, just, you know, whether I'm working or doing something like that, where I hear people say that they are just a product of their environment. Basically that, no matter what has happened in their life, that's going to make a certain definite outcome of what they're dealing with now, basically. And it seems like they think that there's no other solution.
Alternative.
Yeah.
In the solution, it is what it is.
That's kind of what it is.
My dad was a truck driver.
Yeah. So I got to be a truck driver.
My
So-
son's gonna be a truck driver.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of interesting because I was like, I don't know if I fully agree with that. So I just thought I'd bring it up to the podcast and see what y'all thought.
I mean, I agree with it in some aspect. If you
Yeah.
can't see the what's the saying goes, the forest for the trees. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
You don't have any. It's not that you don't have anything to look forward to. You're not looking forward to anything.
Yeah.
And you feel like that, based off what you've been through, where you was raised, or how you was treated, which, you know, that is a big thing, because depending on what it was, you know, trauma lasts for a long time. It lasts for a long time. You can always recall it back to mind, and things that happen. I mean, sounds and situations can bring back memories, like, you know, like, wow.
Yeah.
So I just kind of feel like that it does play a role, but there is something that you can do to, like, change up your thinking.
Yeah.
You know, get out of the thinking of it is what it is, and this is who I am, and I'm not gonna be anything different.
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree. I do feel like those, like a person that may be going through something like that, 9 times out of 10 are harder on themselves than they need to be. Um, I don't know. That's just kind of how when I hear these experiences, that's kind of how I perceive it. Because I feel um, like I hear that they're going through so much and all this, and they may be in a different place now, to where they don't have to really, not necessarily reflect or make, I guess, move on with it, because it feels like they're holding on to it. And if they haven't moved on, they're still letting all of that
Yeah.
happen to them, and still hold on to their future, basically. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
I don't know. I may need to word that better, but I don't
back
know.
to the so depending on what it is, I mean, if it's something positive, by all means, hold on to it. But
Yeah,
then
yeah,
again, is it positive to you?
Mm-hmm.
If whether you're in a relationship, with your significant other, or you in a just a best friend relationship, however it go, or brother and sister, or whatever it is it something that is causing division or separation in whatever relationship that you're in?
I like that word,
So
division.
did I say it right?
Yeah, that's good.
All right,
That's a good way to put it to me.
So is it something like that? If it's something like that, it has more cons than it does pros. So at that point, you got to kind of step back and take a mental look at yourself and ask yourself, is this like the right thing to do? Is it right to hold on to this? Now,
Yeah.
I get it. You've been through what you've been through,
Yeah, we're not saying that whatever you've been through is not serious. I'll be the first to say that.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm not saying
Don't come for me in the comments.
I'm not saying that. I ain't saying like, oh, you ain't been through nothing, or that ain't nothing, or just get over it. Because there's certain things that you cannot get over,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just
Yeah,
the
for
way that's just the way things go. Some things you cannot get over, but is it something you can do to let's see, deal with, or some sort of way suppress
Yeah, that's a good
that
word, too.
trauma to help you to move on, or get better?
Yeah,
Because one thing about it, a lot of times think about it like this. I ain't gonna say a lot of times, you'll never forget it.
yeah,
You'll never forget it. So I think with a lot of things, some things easier said than done. Easier said than done.
yeah,
It's better to just like just accept it. I think sometimes acceptance is a whole lot manageable than denial, or just being angry.
yeah. And I think that in itself could potentially be one of the biggest hurdles when you're dealing with something like that, is like, even like coming to terms with it, because let's say something really drastic happened to you. It's difficult to even fathom getting over something like that. But when you actually do, you definitely see the benefits of it. And going back to the whole uh product of your environment scenario, you definitely get to separate yourself from your environment at that point, because you're in the driver's seat, essentially making decisions, instead of letting the environment make your decisions for you.
And that's a good point you made, man. Because think about it, like a lot of stuff happened when we were kids.
Yeah.
A lot of everybody been through something as kids, through adults, but a lot of trauma sometimes. The majority of a lot of trauma be happening sometime when you're kids, teenagers, early 20s, stuff like that. Not saying that people like us in our 30s and all that, we don't go through nothing now. We do.
Yeah.
But I think the difference is, as I say, knowing the formula.
Yeah.
The cure.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we can just be like just so angry and so bitter and so hurt that we don't. We want to be angry. We want to be bitter. We want to be like that. So
I'm just gonna add this one little point to what you're saying, because I think it's pretty valuable. When you are 30 years old and you live through the experiences of like what he's talking about with, maybe
whatever it may be,
something that may happen in your childhood or something, you being older, you have a completely different perspective on it now.
Completely different.
So
perspective.
yeah, so you know
I
that
mean-
that even messes with you nowadays with you being older.
I say this: you accept that it happened to you.
Mm-hmm.
You accept that. You say, "This happened to me. This is my trauma. This is mine. This happened to me."
Mm-hmm.
Accept that you survived it.
Yeah.
Accept that you're working through it. Accept that there is hope, that you can get to a place where it's more manageable. Because it'll always be there.
Yeah.
It'll always be there. But it'll be more manageable.
Mhm.
Accept that. I mean, we always, I said this to my mom thing today. Every time you turn around, when you do something, we always, got that $1 million, watch out. You got that good job, don't get the big head.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you got that new car, you better park it in the back. Nobody hit it with the door. You know? We always, I mean, every time we do a lot of stuff, we always expecting the bad.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You better put full coverage on there. That's all I'm telling you. We always expecting the bad. You know, one day sit down and expect the good.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we're in a world where bad is every day. Bad is every day. But guess what else? Good is every day too. So,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes sit down and look at the good things around you. As I say, I'm not telling you to take what happened to you and take it for granted or whatever.
Mhm.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to dust off what happened to you because I don't know whoever I'm speaking to, what you've been through.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes try your best to look around at the good things. It was a picture I took, man, while I was at work.
Uh-oh.
It was like this area where it was a bunch of sticker bushes and poison ivy and it was just a really, really bad area.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of that, I just had to stop and take a picture, man, because in the middle of that, it was like a beautiful flower. And I told myself, I was like, there's something, man. Even in the midst of all these thorns and poison ivy and sticker bushes,
Yeah.
there's still some beauty.
Yeah.
So,
Man,
you know,
that's nice, y'all. There's a lesson in everything.
there's a lesson in everything, man. I had to stop. Like, it was weird. I was like, man, that's very weird. Just out there, all this, and it was just this one like beautiful purple flower in the midst of all that, and that just kind of like I took a look at myself, like, man, just sometimes stop.
That's
and,
me.
You know, stop and
Please.
observe the beauty.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, so much evil and stuff going on in the world. Because while there is bad things, there is still good things.
Yeah.
That's why they say it's beauty in death.
Yeah.
Like when the trees die, when it's fall,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Leaves, they all change colors.
Mm-hmm.
And there's beauty in that.
Yeah.
But now on that, on the trauma response stuff, you know, I'm on the side of it's a good thing. Like it could be a good thing and a bad thing, right? But it's more so geared for me and my personal experiences as a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because there's been times where, especially us growing up, I mean, we do a lot of kind things, kind gestures for people.
Yeah.
But people would take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, especially if you continue to, you know, let it happen, and you know, depending on how you again respond to it, it will determine if people are going to continue to take advantage of you. So in that sense, well, you know, throwing your hand out there, especially when you know you're trying to help somebody, but then they don't necessarily want the help, or you end up helping them to their demise, to where you stunt their growth. You know, and in that sense, the trauma that comes with that is one, you know, me trying to help somebody, I end up losing my own mind.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Two, me trying to help somebody, I end up going broke. You know.
Yeah.
Three, I end up trying to help somebody and I lose sleep. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, the things that I've dealt with, the hands that I've been, you know, putting out there, is the trauma responses has actually helped me to make sure that I can take care of me first. Now, as far as being a product of your environment, I also think that that's also a thing. Now, do you have to let it dictate you? No, but in the sense of if you're in an environment where
That's all you see.
right and everybody around you, like for
It's
instance,
normal.
right, you growing up in the hood, you fought every day. I mean, you fought for no reason. I mean, you fought for a reason. Or if you want to become best friends with somebody, you gonna fight. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
a
it was
part,
just
yeah,
weird.
that's part of the deal.
Right. And so in that sense, you grow up fighting, and that's all you know how to do.
That's all you know how to do.
Right. So in that sense, I feel like yeah, you could be a product of your environment. If you put me in an environment like if I'm in like sports,
Yeah.
everybody competitive. If you put me in that sports environment, guess what? I'm gonna be competitive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get this spot. And so in that sense, I say yes, you are a product of your environment, right? And yes, your traumatic responses are a good thing. Now, here's on the other side of the spectrum. You don't have to be what you are surrounded by.
Mm.
Now, you can embrace and immerse yourself into reading books, right? You can immerse yourself into another culture. You can immerse yourself to learn new skills, new things, new ways of thinking. That's why we're humans. That's one of our gifts.
Yeah.
We don't have to. A tree can't be nothing but a tree.
Yeah.
A dog can't be nothing but a dog. But
We
humans,
can be
like
anything.
that's
We
it.
all terrain.
Right. So you don't have to accept it.
All-terrain.
You don't have to accept your environment that you're in. You can actually change it, and you know how to do that because one, if I don't want to be sad,
Mhm.
then what's the opposite of sad?
Yeah.
Right. So now I gotta look for ways
To be happy.
that make me happy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, you drive a good point home for that. I mean, that's that. I think that. So we grew up where, like you said, you had a good point. Like being in the hood, like what's crazy. That was a perfect point. Like being in the hood, shooting in police cars. That was something. That was our lullabies.
Mm-hmm.
It was yes, gunshots.
Uh,
But I feel like now that the world has changed so much with technology and stuff, it's like, bro, come on, like, I go back to what I said. You when you get older, you as your mind retains knowledge and wisdom,
yeah. Yeah.
as it retains that you know the formula. You know,
Yeah.
if I run the stop sign in front of this police car, he gonna pull me over.
Right.
Yeah.
You start retaining those type of things.
Right.
So as you get older, you know right from wrong. And now with so much technology that we have now, like it's easy to look at yourself and be like, bro, this is the wrong path. Like we said, we just and I'm mentioning
yeah.
stuff like you say, fighting every day, this, that, like, bro, this can't be it. Now when we were younger and we didn't have that much technology, and the people before us, I can see that. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
The people before us, that was like the Stone Ages. That's they didn't have nowhere to go but the library. Now we got this thing in our hand
Right.
that we can sit there and scroll through and be like, man, like look at different experiences and
yeah.
like, yeah, man, this is where I was. I was in I grew up in a bad neighborhood, whatever. Now I'm a lawyer. Now I'm a this. Now I'm a that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, like, nobody is born in, like you say, the environment. Your environment is you got these levels. You got the level of which that's running out. We had the level of respect of mamas and grandmas, and you got this level, that level, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
as you come down, like I say, I'm not gonna act foolish in front of the police because I know they're gonna do this. I'm not gonna sit here and do that because I know the outcome of this.
Yeah.
So you have certain levels. So you gotta get to a point where you say like, bro, what am I doing? Like you say, the opposite of sad. Like, everything that I do leads me to sadness. So at this point, like, you gotta be able to change up the game. I mean, here you is in your 30s or your 20s, and you still don't know that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You are a product in your environment, but also in your environment, you have the wisdom of people telling you, like, "Hey, man, that's not the right thing to do," or every time you do this certain thing, you end up in a negative, end up with a
Yeah.
negative outcome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the whole thing about it is just like you said. You said take the things that you've been through, as far as negatives and turn those into wisdom to be able to tell yourself like, okay, I won't do that no more.
Mm.
Or, okay, next time I try it, I'm going to try to go right instead of left.
Yeah.
Just so take those negatives. And I'm not going to say take the negatives and make them into positives.
Mm-hmm.
Just see there's wisdom in failure.
Yep.
There's wisdom in failure because now you got the wisdom to know when you try again, I'm gonna try it this way.
Yep.
Left, right, up, down, forward, backward, vertical, horizontal. There's so many different ways you can try it. But every time you fail at it, you retain that knowledge and you say, well, this time I'm gonna do it like this.
Yeah.
So the environment, yes, that plays a big role, but like you gotta come to a time in your life where it's like, man, it's time to grow up, bro. This is not good.
And I'll just add this one point that what you were saying made me think of like sports. Okay, in sports, most of the time people say, you don't lose, you learn, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes, that is true, very true. But, when it comes to someone maybe has this loss or something that they're going through, we'll say that's a loss. It may take them a lot longer to get over that loss. But even if that, even if that's true, that still means they're progressing towards something that they really want. And I think that kind of brings our whole discussion back to the core of saying like, you truly are not a product of your environment. If you decide, if you want to be,
Right.
The
want
choice is yours.
I think, yeah, like you said, it really boils down to that decision because,
Yeah.
you can, just be comfortable. Like some people are comfortable with their situation, but like for the people that want more out of life, they're like, bro, I'm not finna, something gotta give.
You brought that up with John last episode
Mhm.
when you were saying like, because John was saying like you gotta be problem solving this, you're always doing this, and you were like what if you're just comfortable? And then he was
Right,
he was
just
kind of starstruck.
comfortable.
Yeah, and John was like,
Yeah, like you just I mean, that's a good point, man. That's absolutely
yeah.
a good point because, I could be fighting to get out of the hood, and you fighting to just stay right where you at.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's
And
why.
hey, by all means, if it's positive in it, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
It ain't. Now I'm not telling you if you're comfortable with fighting every day or you know what I'm saying,
Right.
kicking back doors in, still whatever it may be. But if it's something that's positive, because think about it like this. There's certain things that are positive that somebody else will look at like, oh man, that ain't no way, bro. I wouldn't be living in no little place like that, or
Yeah.
I wouldn't have no big place like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If it's something positive, something happy, righteous, hey, by all means, if you comfortable with it, do it.
You know what's funny? I saw this video basically saying that this guy had a company that was doing like $150,000 a year, a lot of money, lot of good money.
I can use that.
Yeah, and he showed his business to this guy. He said, "Oh man, I remember when I ran a lemonade stand." Basically
Oh, yeah,
saying
like
like
tearing it,
yeah,
yeah.
tearing it down. And that's what you just said. Basically, made me think of that exact point that people will always tear you down,
They
no
always
matter
tear you
what.
down, yeah.
You can, if there's something you can count on in this world, it's that people gonna tear you
People
down no
hating
matter
on
what.
you. That's another thing too. And this is one of my biggest
I
things,
remember.
man. Don't let everybody know your next move. You can keep those people you care about close to you. Let them know.
Say it one more time, Josh.
Don't let everybody know your next move.
Thank you.
Because what they will do is, man, why you want to do that, man? That's so dumb, man. They will just tear you down, and when they do tear you down, you kind of lose a little confidence in the decisions that you're making.
Yeah.
Cause you to be a little shaky.
Oof.
Then sometimes, they might just be tearing you down because they jealous of you. Can't let everybody know your next move, man.
Yeah.
And even with your family, like
So,
I typically I'm talking to like-minded individuals, and it's 9 times out of 10 it ain't your family. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And the only reason why I'm saying that is because your family care too much about you to the sense where
They don't
if
want
you
you
say
to
your
do
dream
nothing.
and
Yeah.
go, like they gonna be like, oh no, that's too much. Like they're gonna get scared for you.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
really, I mean, and that's understandable. You know, it's like I'm gonna go out here and build a log cabin. Oh my God, you're gonna get ate by a bear.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'm not gonna get ate by a bear. Yes, you will. You're gonna get horned by a deer.
Yeah.
And I get it. They coming
Boy
from
said
a,
horned.
whatever it's called, mauled, stuck.
Horned.
I said
Horned.
horned. They got
He
horns.
finna get horned by a
Imagine,
deer.
imagine you did get horned by a deer. You came back, honey. I got horned by
I got
a deer.
Oh
horned.
man, my back.
Maybe I got horned.
If I get horned by a deer, I'm gonna say I get hit by a bus. Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk right now. What happened? I don't want to tell you. I don't want to talk about it.
You ever been horned, nigga?
You been horned?
You ever
I'm
been horned?
horned.
I got horned today. Please.
But you know, I get it. They come from a good place trying to protect you. But all right, just drop the horn, guys. Okay.
Man, what does that mean in the
Big
Urban
horn.
Dictionary? I wonder.
Yeah.
Getting horned.
I want to know the
Yeah,
Urban
you ain't
Dictionary,
big
not
horn,
today's
though.
dictionary.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause in today's dictionary, I'd be like, hey, can y'all cut that last part
Yeah,
out?
y'all take that out a little
Cut
bit.
that out. You want to get horned by a deer?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a kind of like an
I heard
overprotection.
that's
there.
out of that.
It's overprotection.
I was also going to say this too about the traumatic responses. Like as far as some people that, you know, that you have a positive response where somebody like, man, I just on my own, I want to do better. You know, I want to get out of this. But then you have traumatic responses that will make you change your whole situation. So you think about
That's
my
a good point.
my 3,000 pound life, whatever the 300.
1,000 pound
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
Three. He bumped it
600
up. Three.
pounds,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. So they get a
Man,
they
my
get a
3,000 pound.
Like 4,500 pound life.
Dang.
right. They get a
Wake up call.
wake up call from the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you gonna die. You gonna have to change your eating habits.
Wait, they get a call?
Well, no, they go
Well,
to
not
the
actual
doctor.
call.
I'm about to say,
you know,
like, how do they
wake
know?
up call. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they
I
go
got
to
you.
the-
I got
they
you
go to
now.
the-
I got
What
you.
did they call him?
That's what I'm saying. Like
How
they
do you
just
get number?
they just know.
That boy panicking.
they
He
got-
was like,
Oh, for real? Like that don't make no sense.
oh my god, I'm gonna get one of these calls.
Then I need to watch this show.
he
He
looked
was
at me and he
concerned,
pointed.
bro. He was really concerned. Oh my god, they get a call.
Do they? How do
They
call-
actually call you?
Yeah, they got a fat radar that
Yeah,
buzzes
yeah.
if you
Like a
over
metal detector.
Oh, shoot.
300. Yeah, but yeah, so they get that they get that call, and you know what I'm saying, that call to action. Like, hey, I gotta stop.
I gotta
Eat
do
it.
something.
Yeah.
And at that point, they do what they have to do. So you have those type of traumatic experiences.
It's a really good point, actually, Paul.
Yeah, and then you got the positive one where you just see a better future for yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in that realm. I see a better future for myself. So I'm not gonna let my environment dictate what
Yeah.
I'm finna do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I'm not
for
finna
sure.
let somebody else talk me out of what I need to do. You know.
Yeah. That's a good mindset to have for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't dangle nothing in my face to make me go
Is
get
that-
it if I
is that
don't want
how
it.
I
Yeah,
did
if you
look?
don't want it.
Yeah, you can't.
That
You know
was
what
an
I'm saying?
iPhone. That was an iPhone like
Yeah.
15, 6. What's the newest one?
I think
19.
it's 16
That was
somewhere.
an iPhone 19. It'd probably be 19 by tomorrow morning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
19S Pro Max, 10 cameras on the back of it. You know how they do. They wait to wait till you buy a new
Oh
one,
yeah.
and then they bring out another new
Yeah.
one. It's like, man, I can't.
They're,
keep
and
up.
then they're gonna make the other one work way
Yeah,
worse.
Like a whole lot. Oh
Yeah.
man, with this one you got an
My
extra.
battery dies so much
Yeah.
faster.
They install it in your brain and some stuff like that.
Dang.
But yeah, man, that's bottom line is, man, you got a choice.
Yeah.
Like, you got a choice. You either go this way or that way. Like the song say, you can get with this or you can get with that. It just depended on, what you want to do. Is it gonna be hard? Yes. It is.
Who said it was gonna be easy?
It's not gonna be easy. But I tell you one thing, don't avoid it today, because guess what? When you wake up, it's gonna be there tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the same story. You avoid it tomorrow, you wake up, the next day is gonna be there the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
And
So,
the next day, and the next day.
But then again, I mean, I don't have all the answers. I always say the same thing. I should take my own advice.
Yeah.
But we all going through something.
You ain't been horned though.
I ain't been horned. Yeah, I'm
You're doing something right.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
doing something right. I got that
You ain't
full
never
coverage.
experienced being horned.
That
By a
horn,
deer.
that
Yeah.
horn insurance, so if that ever happens, I got a policy in place for that.
I got it.
Have you been horned
Insurance
or
policy.
hooved? I checked the horn box.
There's a difference.
Start seeing the infomercial. Have you or a family member ever been horned?
Yeah.
You may be entitled to
It's
compensation.
either the one where
You
somebody
may be
bent
entitled
over,
to compensation.
somebody bent over like with a bad expression.
But
on
no,
their face.
you have to be horned between a certain time
Yeah,
period.
right.
Between 2011 and 2016. Did you get
I
horned?
missed it. I missed it.
I missed
Yeah,
that much.
Josh would be the guy in
Right.
Yeah, they're
2017.
gonna call it. They're gonna
Dang,
call
I
it
missed
Dang,
it.
I can't
Josh
do
Lou
it.
syndrome. You and your family suffer from Josh Lou syndrome? Please call attorney.
Hey, I don't know why this made me think about it. We remember that Family Guy episode with the inflatable arms?
Oh yeah. Play Morris. Play Morris.
Call now.
Yeah, that was random.
That's hilarious.
No inflatable arm.
So I got a question, man. I'll tell you about this.
Uh-oh.
If you really love somebody,
Mhm.
I forgot how she asked me. I forgot how my wife asked me. If you love somebody, is it true love if you love somebody and let them go because you don't have yourself together right now?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, saying, like,
I mean, just that could be with anything. That's not
Mhm.
just a particular thing. It might just be
Well-
something that.
You could just stick with the relationship for right now.
Well,
That's what you said. If you let them go, that's a relationship, right?
yeah, no. I'm saying whatever you're going through.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be it's just what it don't have to be a particular thing. It's just something.
Oh,
that,
I see. You talking about the reason why.
yeah.
said
It's
it.
just something that you can't get over, or you can't fix right now, or
I
you're
see
just in
what
a
you're
bad place in your life right now.
Do people ever expect like so? If I hit somebody with that, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's say this chick interested in me, and I'll be like, hey, you know, right now I'm just not in the right headspace for this relationship.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you what I think that is the yo, and like right now, it's not a good time.
Yeah.
You know, I got Susan calling me. I got Casey. She's texted me a few times. I got it's like, think about it. How would you feel?
Yeah.
If you were pursuing somebody, like if you were pursuing this girl and you just like, man, you really love her, you really care about you, the chemistry, everything is just real good, and then she hits you with the Vaughn, like, just I can't do it right now. I'm in a bad place. Would you feel like she loves you? Oh my God, she loves me so much she left me. What?
No, I don't, because I know when I used it, it wasn't that I was actually in a bad space.
It's just you didn't want them. You didn't
Right,
want
I
them.
know my little
Yeah, you
excuse,
didn't want
but
them. They
so
wasn't
so
the
so
one.
so if she say that, like, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's
I'm
gonna
like,
hurt. Like, so, like, how can you?
dang.
I mean, that's how I feel. Is like, if you love somebody, okay, either you love them or you in love with them. If you in love with somebody, man, you gonna do whatever it takes to be with that person. Even when people say, "Hey, man, listen, bro, you ain't no good for him," or like, girl, you ain't no good for him.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got your life together.
I can see it being where, let's say the chick comes up, or she tells me that, right? And let's say that she was still hung up on her ex.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Let's say that she was still hung up on that ex, and she just says, "Hey, I appreciate this what we have, but it's just like I can't. I'm not in the right headspace for this,
Oh.
right?" And,
Okay.
And but she also says that, like
She's
she likes you.
yeah.
She likes you. Like, if she likes me at that point, right? And she says that I'm still like kind of hung up over this, still trying to get over it.
I know where you're going
And
with
so
this.
if she says that in that sense, right, I would be like, okay, I appreciate you for not wasting my time, like trying to continue, and I would see it as an act of love at that point.
you mean like, okay, but not an act of like being in love, like an act of love as I don't want to cause any harm to you.
Right.
Okay,
Not
so
an
not an
in
act of
love.
like,
Yeah.
I want you so bad, but I just can't
Right. No,
right
now
now.
that's why would you, if you want me so bad, that's stupid.
Exactly.
That's what you were saying this
And
whole
I
time.
hope I'm gonna tell my wife to watch this, so she can hear this. Look, I'm pointing at this. Whichever.
They're both on. They're both on.
I'm pointing at the webcam.
Right.
Whichever.
Oh.
I hope that she watching this, so she can hear it from a different perspective. Because I feel like if you love somebody, dude.
Yeah, because you just said you in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're in love with me, there wouldn't be anything
there
stopping
wouldn't be no
us.
issue. You would be willing to do
Right.
whatever.
Now,
it took.
if you were still hung up on the ex or something,
you never cared about me anyway.
that's it.
How okay, so just for the sake of argument, in your scenario, how long did this person be in a relationship before they said this? Because I feel like that plays a part.
I don't man. It don't. It,
It
don't
does-
matter.
it
It don't.
does-
It
it
really.
does-
It don't even really matter.
it
the
does
time.
not matter.
Well, you gotta be. So I say this. You gotta be long. You gotta be with a person long enough where they can say like, "Hey, this is basically I'm in a bad place." So it's got to be a you know.
Do you think it means more if they said it at 2 months rather than 2 years?
Nigga, just tell me right
Just
away.
tell
Like,
me.
don't-
But
Tell
that,
me
wait
when
till
I
you
see
but
you,
that's what
bro.
I'm saying. Like,
Tell me
'cause
when I
people do
walk up
that.
to you.
Yeah,
People-
you wait
people
2
do that.
years.
When
like,
I
that's-
walk up to you and be like, "Hey, my name is right now I'm not in a good place right." Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can I get you any napkins, salt, pepper? You know what I'm saying? Like no, don't do me
But
like
that
that.
definitely does happen though.
It does, but see, and that's why I say like
But-
man, could you? I don't know. Could you imagine like doing something that long, being trapped? Not them trapping you. You're trapping yourself.
Yeah. I mean, is there any other way to really take that comment? To be honest,
I wouldn't. That's the only way I would take it. Like
I'm trying to
You
wrap my
don't
head
want,
around
like-
it, but
like,
I
you-
don't know.
you you want the idea of me, but you don't want
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Like I was like
Yeah,
you're a
I mean,
paperweight. You
yeah.
was there to pass the time. You was there because I was so basically this. You were like an experiment to see if I can get my mind off of that person, and it didn't work. And I still cared thinking about this person. So right now I'm not in a
Damn,
good
you
spot.
couldn't even get your dang.
Right now I'm not in a good. I'm not in a good spot right now. So failed experiment. So I appreciate. I love
failed
you.
experiment.
Do-
I
do-
love you enough because I don't want to hurt you. I'm
Well, you
not
are
in
the
love
hurt
with
already
you.
there.
I'm not in love with you to be with you and care for you.
Going back to what Vaughn said, like when he said he used this thing, he said he was in a perfect headspace.
Hey,
That was basically
way-
what
No,
Vaughn said.
what-
Vaun hit him with the.
by the way,
It's not you, it's me.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
No George Costanza.
Hey.
let's say for instance, someone said that and it was not true. Which way would you rather them say it? Would you rather them say it, oh, it's not you, it's me, or would you be like, nah, you were actually the problem. You needed to do this and you didn't do it. Like I'm just
That's
trying
a little
to.
spicy,
I'm
man.
trying to
Like-
feel
like-
this out.
like-
I want.
Like, would you rather them spare your feelings or not? That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like first of all, your head, you got a long head. You be musty sometimes. I didn't want to tell you that one time we
Yeah.
went to a basketball game, you was so musty. I ain't say nothing. You know what I'm
Basketball
saying? Your
game.
shoes be untied. I know what you mean. You mean just going in, just telling everything, like
I
the reason
mean-
why it's not working for me.
Which one would you have more respect for?
I want to have respect for either. Like, so I would have respect for that because you just you just gonna let my breath be funky in front of all them people.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like you didn't give me no gum. I didn't want to embarrass you. I mean, I'm basically like burning everybody's eyebrows off.
yeah.
Or
I get your point,
Or
though.
the nonsense of like, oh, I'm trying to spare. I'm trying to
Yeah.
care for you. Don't care for me. Like,
Yeah.
like
here's how I see it, right?
he smiled. He didn't do
Yeah.
this before, y'all.
No,
he did his
actually feel bad 'cause
research.
He's like, dang, they talking about me.
Nah, chill. Okay,
We've all done it. It's not you. It's me.
I haven't done it recently though.
No. But it's been everybody's.
Like that meant
I
something.
look, he was so serious. He stopped smiling. I haven't done it recently though.
I haven't done.
I haven't done it recently.
Anyway.
You gotta think about it.
No, so here's where I can see where it makes sense, right?
For which party?
You actually say I'm not. Let's say I'm not in a position, right, to
Ah.
continue this whatever we have. Let's say that her goals are different than my goals currently. and we've talked about what I want, right? Maybe it is a family at the moment. And let's say that she's still more involved with career goals.
Career goals.
And so in that sense, if she says, "Hey, I'm not in the position, like, man, I really do love you, but I can't. My goals right now. I need to accomplish this."
I mean, that's actually a good point, but at the same time, like,
Because if she get a family though, like if she like if I want the family, and at the moment I know that she needs to be in school for 4 years, and if she has a baby,
this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like basically like putting stuff on halt. I mean separation. I don't mean like, hey,
but that could be a situation.
yeah, it can be a situation, but at the same time, I mean, you can flip it back around to like, hey, I love you, but back to the product of your environment. I love you. I want to be with you, but my dad was in the military. His father was in the military. His father's father was in the military. Our forefathers, and I just
Yeah.
so you care about that family line of military more than you care about that person.
So
And that's a career goal too.
well, so in the sense like, and this is where I would be appreciative of if she just like, yo, let's just
Cut
in
it
4 years we can, cool, but I'm not telling you to stick around, right? So and
Well, hold on now. Wait,
I'm not telling you, but
Four?
listen.
Didn't I
Let's say
bring
it
this
is.
up?
Let's say it is that where it's actual career.
She could have been
right?
done with college by now. All right, continue.
You
Sorry.
went full Scooby Doo, right? She could be doing coach by now, right?
If this is 4 years, she's leading me on. I mean,
No. I'm saying
No,
I'm
no.
saying she's in college currently, right?
Yeah.
And I want the family.
Okay.
Now let's say that we did try, right? We tried to pursue like while she's in college,
Mhm.
and I still have these desires. But it gets to a point, right, where I'm actually, pressing
Starting to
her.
hurt,
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of like pressing her in low
Mm.
key. You know what I'm saying? I'm pressing her low key just for a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, babe, it's okay. Like, you ain't got to
So-
do all that. But she really wants this.
I tell you that. Then that's when. So you make a good point because it is like this here a balance.
And she told you already in the beginning what she wanted.
So at that point, if she say, "Hey, this is what I want, and I want to finish my career first, and I understand if you want a family, I don't want to hold you back for that,
Right.
whatever. If it's that important to you, we could, I love you, but let you go." That's when the person that wants a family sees that, hey, we're still young. What's 4 years, babe? I got you.
Mhm.
That's when he makes, or he or she makes that sacrifice to stay with him. Because if he don't, then the family means more to him than she does.
Yep.
And her wants and her
Right.
needs.
See how that flips?
So now he like, you know what? Okay, well, you want to go to college? I want a family. We'll just see what happens in 4 years.
Right. And which that would be a beautiful thing because now she got a career. Because I don't want no girl that don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, so it's kind of like it can
Yeah.
happen on either or side if that's the situation. Now, if we go back to the situation around my ex and like,
No, see, and that's the thing. Like, that's one of them no-nos. Like,
that's
we
a
know
no-no.
that. Like, that's one of them. Like, okay, you playing.
You playing with me? You
You
playing
play.
with me?
But
You
that,
really gonna say this?
and speaking of which, we talking about product of your environment.
Mhm.
You go through so many of that. Guess what? Now that man a dog
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he done been through this so many times.
So and then you gonna tell me that after you ate the lobster. Why you couldn't tell me that before we ordered? Then
Yeah.
I would have said, "Hey, get the breadsticks and water." When you have a full meal and tell me like, "Well, my ex." Oh my, this dude.
You could have told me
I
the
done gave waiter
appetizer.
my credit card. Waiter.
right.
Waiter. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but
Yeah.
I feel like that if it's a situation like that, it's a relationship is like a seesaw.
Mhm.
If it's not like that, then it's no fun. A seesaw is only fun if both y'all are one jump, one go down, one jump, one go down, one jump. one
That's
go
true.
down. It's a 2-player game. So I feel like that in relationships that each person has to take turns, or depending on the situation, or what happens in life, make those sacrifices. And the only way you're going to make those sacrifices, the only way you have the motivation to make those sacrifices is if you're in love with that person.
Mhm.
Yep.
If you're in love with them, the sacrifice will still be hard, but you know you're fighting for them.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got to be determined as well.
You have to be determined. You got to know,
Yeah.
like, man, I love you. She's like, this is what I'm gonna do for them. I'm gonna do this for them.
You know what's funny is that goes right back into what our first topic was. The product of environment. You need to be determined to maybe, if let's say, escape that environment.
Overcome.
Yeah, overcome that environment. And with this one, I don't know how y'all phrased it, but with you basically choosing what you value most. Do you value, your wants, your needs? Maybe in this sense, that can be your environment.
Mm,
But do you cherish this person, this life with this person? Now that's what you desire. So, and that's basically you're going to put that at the forefront of all your choices, no matter what they are.
yeah, exactly.
So-
Exactly. That go back to another thing I said. Don't let people know your next move.
Yeah.
You go and tell you somebody in your family or one of your friends, like, yeah, man, I decided I'm gonna put it on halt for her, or decided to put it on halt for him. Oh my God, he or she gonna make you do that? That's selfish. And not only that, man, if it's coming from an authority figure,
Yeah.
I'm an authority figure like mom, dad, uncle, big brother, big sister, or
Yeah.
somebody out there with some old head.
Yeah.
And like you automatically kind of lose a little confidence because you like they know what they're talking about. They're an authority figure, self-consciously.
Yeah.
That's how you're perceiving it because you go to this person, talk to them, and you get the hey, this is what you want me to do. I went left. You should have went right, big dog. You should have went right.
Yeah.
I was there one day.
Yeah.
So like, like a reflex.
Yeah.
Something could be coming towards your eye. You automatically you like, dang, I didn't.
even know that was coming.
So self-consciously, you can take those things. You may not feel the lack of confidence in what you do because there's certain things in your mind that you can't control, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
So when you say something or your next move to, as I say, an authority figure, and they tear it down, like little by little, sometimes if you allow it to affect you and you hold on to it, because it's going to be spinning around in your head.
Mhm.
Spinning around in your head, spinning around in your head. This is an authority figure. This is somebody you respect. This is somebody you look up to. This is somebody you want to make proud. So that's gonna keep spinning and spinning and spinning, and it's gonna kind of make you feel like, man, I don't want to let my mom down. I don't want to let my dad down. I don't want to let my big brother, my big sister, my uncle, my grandpa. I don't. Oh man, what am I supposed to do? Sometimes, like the saying goes, it's best to ask for forgiveness than permission.
And you know what that goes back to? Being horned.
Being horned, hooved,
Don't
mauled.
be horned.
For
Well,
all the
you know,
deer
well,
that
yeah,
have
being
already
horned.
horned victims, this is your warning.
Yeah, this is your warning.
That's-
Don't go out in the woods. You're gonna get horned.
1-800.
1-800. Don't get horned. Have you or anybody in your family been horned?
Between 2011 and 2016.
Call Jenkins Law Firm.
Dang,
I'm Jenkins Law
2017.
Firm, and I'm gonna get the compensation for your family. They be rough with it. Class action lawsuit.
That's what you want.
But you know what though, man? I go back to the whole product of your environment, trauma, and different things like that. I think about y'all know I love music. I think about
Yeah.
I done forgot the dang song. Where my phone at? I can't believe it. I was like, it just.
What was that first thing you was talking about?
Me?
You mentioned something first before the product of environment.
Me or
I guess me.
You.
Did we write it down?
No, that I have missed that one.
what was that? Man?
Oh, are we talking about communication?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's see where it is. Let me.
Yeah, and there. Hey, while we're at it, pull up those comments if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
For that. I forgot how I worded it, but it's definitely on there.
Oh, we're hitting it. Anyway.
Is it a dance video or something?
Yeah.
Let me like.
Oh
and
yeah.
subscribe.
That's what it is. I say yeah. Tupac song Changes.
Oh,
So
Josh, you couldn't think of that one?
it slipped my
Yeah,
mind. I remember
yeah.
I was listening
I feel
to
you.
it, and I don't know, I just had a brain fart right there. I was listening to it the other day at work, and I was just thinking about like what he said, and that he said, "Let's change the way we eat. Let's change the way we love, and let's change the way we treat each other." I think that's how the lyrics go.
Yeah.
Like basically a full change
Yeah.
of your situation and how you're doing things, but a positive change. I like that he said let's change the way we eat. You know, a lot of times we take for granted, you know, eating together as friends or as a family. You know, around
Yes.
the world in certain cultures, that's why every time you turn around, like you see a lot of foreign cultures. Let have a meal with me.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's one of their hey, we trust you. You're a part of our family. Have a
Yeah.
meal with me. Have a meal with me.
It's like saying, there's like a saying like break bread or
Yeah,
like
break bread. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So you know, so if you're in a situation, where that you're trying to get out of, man, just think about that. Like the things that's most important and making a full change.
Yeah.
And it's just like troubleshooting.
Yeah.
It's just like troubleshooting because right now you're at a point in your life where you're flying blind.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's the right or wrong decision. So guess what you got to do? You got to keep making changes until you see the progress, the productivity. Till you see it, you got to keep making changes, and that might be doing a full 180 on your life.
Yeah. What happens when your Wi-Fi goes out?
Yeah. How we Wi-Fi go out?
Hey,
You
well, I read what dude.
Wait, read the caption.
Jude said, "Ever notice how when a woman speaks up about her mental health, it's seen as too much, but when a guy does it, it's brave? Is this a cause? Same. First of all, we got.
I think is that
Is
backwards?
this a cause? Same feelings, different labels? What do you think?" And then one of the statements says, both of these statements aren't true. When do men get called brave for speaking about mental health? And then another one says, no, never noticed that because it doesn't happen.
I think it's backwards.
Wait, read. There's one
Basically,
comment though.
I think it's kind of backwards.
Hold
There's a
on.
backwards
Where is
there.
he at? Hold on. Where is it at? Oh shoot. Go back to it. One.
I mean, I see where one dude said the other way around, but
Yeah, read that comment.
when a woman speaks up, it's seen as too much because it often is too much for them, and they express as such. When men speak up, it's seen as brave because men are expected to keep things in and push through it.
I think that was the whole point of it.
You know what though?
That was what someone else commented. What was her name?
Hold on, I gotta go back to it.
I think that that's another
Giovanna.
like I think both men and women have their own. Of course, you know it's not a thing. I know we got our own
playing fields.
Playing fields. Like as a woman, you expect a woman to be emotional, this and that, all the different things. But I think like a woman, when you see a woman and she's lacking in something, automatically like, oh, she's ugly or she don't take care of herself. Automatically, it's like, oh my God, you know, whatever. So that's a lot of pressure on women. You know, women gotta be attractive. Women gotta be beautiful. Women gotta be good housewife. Women gotta be this. Women gotta be. Do you know how to cook? How you supposed to marry my son? You don't know how to cook. How you supposed to raise a family? My son, you don't know how to cook. And you know, the flip side is that a man, if you ain't got no good job, you ain't worth nothing.
Yeah.
You playing video games. You're not mature. I think we both got our own sides of things that you know, as far as that we have to live up to.
Yeah.
And if we're not living up to those things kind of cause us to trying to live up to a person's, as I say, authority figure or the outside world standards of that will cause us to cause a lot of stress to us.
Yeah.
And then that's what causes the bottle up emotions and all that different stuff.
But was there another comment for the kind of the topic we were talking about with?
I was trying to find that mug.
Which one are you talking about?
What we were talking about?
It was I forgot how it was phrased on our page.
Is it
where it says like?
Is there an excuse?
Yeah, is it an excuse? It'll be one of the blue ones.
Excuse.
It says, "Is there such a thing as right person, wrong time, or is that just an excuse?"
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Read some of the comments up there.
Mr. Boss says it's the right person because you know who you are looking for, but it's the wrong time because you don't have the right knowledge yet.
That's actually good. That's good. I like that. I
Expound.
like that.
Why do you think that's good?
The reason I think that's good is because so
I'm confused.
that person could be as a more mature than you.
Yeah, that's kind of how I took it.
It's the right person because you know who you are looking for, but
He's
it's the
saying-
wrong time because you don't have the right knowledge yet.
You don't have the right knowledge. Like you
Knowledge
can't.
of what?
So back what I was saying for the listeners about the whole Lamborghini thing.
Yeah.
You know, they was like, I love Lamborghinis. Like, no,
Yeah.
that's not. That was just
Yeah.
an analogy. I
Yeah.
was using an example. What he's basically, I don't know what I feel like he's saying is that, let's say you get with somebody who, okay, we say life goals. They got their life goals and they got their things figured out. They're a perfect girl or whatever, perfect girl or man. And you sitting there and you thinking like, man, this person is everything I want, whatever. But you don't know where you want to be or what you want to do yet.
Yeah.
And that's causing the person that you're with to basically carry your baggage.
Yeah.
Now they got to sit there and carry you around till you figure out what you want to do. Was hindering them from what they want to do. So at that point, they're the right person for you. But you don't have the will. Your thinking is here. Their thinking is here.
Yeah.
If they got to come down here, then they're hindering themselves from moving forward.
And he's saying it's the right person because they check all the boxes that
Yes,
you would want.
all the boxes are checked,
But
your boxes
Yeah.
ain't checked.
yes, exactly.
Oh, okay, I see. It's the right person, but you don't have the right knowledge yet that that's the right person.
Yeah. Or okay, and then another aspect, or you can't see that's the right person because your mind is in a different place right now.
This is what Jasmine said. You can have the right person at the wrong time. Age and finances play a huge part into that. And sometimes you just have to let a person go, be with someone who can give them what they need, and that shows love.
I couldn't agree with that though, because finances, I know it's been a true story of people running away back in the day, getting married at 16 and 17 and down together in the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, who knows what they've been through?
Yeah.
But they stuck with each other.
Why do you think that she said that sometimes you just have to let a person go be with someone who can give them what they need, and that shows love?
That was I can't.
You can't wrap your head around it.
I can't wrap my head around it, because if you love that person, you'll be willing to try to see things from their side. You know, like, hey, you need to do this. You need to get up and do something with your life. Or if you love that person, you will take
The initiative.
You'll take the initiative, or at least try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you say that you love this person, you like, man, he or she, man, they want me to go to school, man. I don't know if I want to do all that. Then
John's got a point.
You're not willing to sacrifice for them.
Then you never led him in the first place.
You're not willing to be uncomfortable for them. If you're not willing to be uncomfortable with a person or for a person, I don't think you're ready.
You're in the wrong field.
Yeah, you're in the wrong field.
Yeah, Love said that's a cop-out for accountability. In my opinion, anything is possible as long as you put your mind to it.
Bam.
And you always have a choice.
That's how
Who's
I
that?
feel.
Love.
That's how I feel.
That's it.
I feel like this.
Yeah.
I feel
Man,
like
to
that.
tag them.
Yeah, tag them. 'Cause
Love.
that right there, that's how I feel. Because like people always be saying, I'm waiting for the perfect person to come along. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for that.
Yeah.
If you get with somebody that's willing to fight with you,
Yep.
you make them into that perfect person, and you become the perfect person for them.
Yep. And I think that was a really good point. Was saying like, you're not willing to be like uncomfortable for someone. That
Yeah, like
that plays one of the
a big
biggest.
role.
I can see it, going back to what we were initially talking about, where it makes sense. About the job
Mhm.
and the family.
Mhm.
Like, yo, like if I'm gonna go pursue my work, and you really want this family, I gotta let you go, do your thing, because you deserve to be happy. And right now, I'm not in that headspace to be able to give you that. I can see that showing love, like
I
what
can't see
Jasmine said.
it. Well, okay, I can see, but okay.
Instead of holding her back to like, you know what I'm saying, gatekeep, and, you know, you not going nowhere. You know, you gonna
Okay.
wait for me.
So let me ask you this then: what if what if she really meant that, and she really do love you? Would you go get a family, or like I say, would you say, you know what, you 24, it's 4 years, you'll be
If I actually love the girl, I'm gonna wait.
see what I'm saying? So like Love said, like I feel like that's just a cop out. I feel like that I say this. You love a person, but you're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Well, like old boy said, not having the right knowledge yet.
Yeah. You love a person, but you're just like, you don't know if you're ready to take that jump.
Yeah.
But see, and it's the thing. If you wait, if you say, well, he or she not ready, right? If you wait, you'll look up and it'd be, like Julian said, 4 years later, you'll still be telling he or she not ready.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you'll ever be ready. You get
Yeah.
with that person, you go to war. That's what you do.
Yeah.
You fight together. You have each other's back. That's the only way you can be ready.
And that's not like saying like, you know how like some people say like, this is me saying this, but it's not actually how it is. Like when you said, that's them going to war. You
Yeah.
know, from start to end. That is simply just how it is.
That's how it goes.
That is just how it is. You know, if you're not willing to be with someone this day, 6 years, 10 years, then in all reality, you were never ready.
See, that's why I gotta get me a little chick that know how to eat noodles. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that you know what that struggle. Is.
Well, and then
In
I'll
case
say
we
this.
ever gotta
I'll say
go
this
back.
here. Don't get it. Don't get a chick. Don't get a chick that know how to eat noodles. Get a chick that's willing to eat noodles.
No, she gotta know how to eat it. And the reason why I say that.
There's a reason for this.
We'll be right back after these
This
messages.
dude says she
Ever been
willing.
horned by a deer?
Nah, willing, nigga.
But I'm saying
willing
this-
to take the trash out.
This is the thing. Here's
I
the
mean,
thing.
I want to
right?
take the trash out. Nah.
Reason I say that is this.
But
Let
I
AI
will.
do it.
You mind taking the trash out? I mean, I guess.
Reason I say that is this.
But somebody that know how to eat the noodles, they gonna soak that thing up. We having noodles tonight, babe? Oh, say less. Look, let me put the corn in there. I got some little beef in there. Let me show you. Hey, babe, I just found a little recipe.
That's fine.
Man, you
That's
better.
fine. Only
Man.
reason I say get somebody that's willing to do it is because what I mean by willing is showing you that, like, hey, listen. So we ate steak every Wednesday night. I know times is hard right now, but I'm telling you right now, if I gotta eat these noodles for the next 3 years, I'm willing to do it for you.
You remember when we first or when we had John over and we were talking about the paradox
Yeah.
and we were saying the same thing.
No, I see what you're saying. I see, you just caught me off guard. Only reason basically what I'm saying is, I'm saying you can get either or person. The person just has to be willing to make those sacrifices.
Yeah.
Because think about it like this. I know a guy that don't know really nothing about cars and work.
Why you look at Julie?
Yeah, no, first,
No. Don't
Why
know
you look
more.
at Julie?
I know a
more-
guy.
You know
And he
more. You
side-eyed
know more than
Julie.
this guy.
He saw out the
But
best.
I
out of
said-
his
Julie.
girlfriend knew a bunch of stuff about cars and stuff, which was crazy. It was like, dang, because her dad taught her that kind of stuff or
Mhm.
whatever. And the reason I say that is, back to what I said, are you willing to be uncomfortable? Are you willing to get your hands
Oh,
dirty?
freak you. You ain't gotta. Hey, if she
Willing
know
to get
more
your
about
hands
cars,
dirty.
nigga.
Like if you
change
somebody
my whole.
if
Yeah.
you somebody that
Go
if you
ahead.
somebody that comes from a household where you didn't have to do anything,
Hey, that's
gonna
way.
show, like, I'm gonna be more appreciative of your sacrifice and love just to show me that you're out there trying. Like, I can look out the window and be like, what is she doing? Look at her, she just doing it all wrong, but she out there sweating and getting it and she not giving up. She's showing me like I may not know how to do it, but I'm gonna do it for you.
Yeah.
You'll let your girl change your oil.
Well, I let her change. I'll show her.
Like she knew how. Let's say
If she knew how, I don't know.
Oh, this thing.
I don't know if I do
Ju-
if she knew how. I mean,
What?
I
You
come
let
home.
Shaw change your oil.
I don't think I could.
I couldn't. I
Yeah,
couldn't.
I
I
don't
think I
couldn't.
could.
You're not
Pretty
gonna
little
change. You're not
boy
gonna
is
change.
very-
Well, how many quarts you put in there?
Yeah.
6.5. No.
let my
Where did
girl
you
do
put
it.
the oil? The
we
old
go.
oil.
F that. I'm
You ain't
gonna let
finna
my
show
girl
me
do
up
it.
now. I can't show me up on everything now. Come on.
Yes, yes, boy.
I don't think my mind would let myself do it.
I would. I'll let my girl do it.
Vaughn have his feet propped up. Go ahead and change the oil.
Can you weed
ahead.
eat your yard too? I just cut it.
I ain't gonna ask her. What if she just volunteer? Baby, can I change your
I
oil?
would be like, what's up?
I wouldn't even ask no question. Yeah.
I would. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, if you say, yeah, I'm gonna go change the oil, I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
I'd be
Josh,
proud. I'd be proud of my girl.
You
bro.
wouldn't ask a single question.
I wouldn't.
I mean, does the oil need to be changed? How did you know it needed to be changed?
I would be like, I sure saw it on the meter. I just didn't.
The indicator.
I was finna go. You show, baby. I go. No, I want to do it. Okay. That was my once.
Independence.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's
I'm
it.
not
I mean,
finna-
I
I'm
can't
not
argue.
finna
I
be
can't
upset.
argue with independence. I mean, that's just like
I would probably ask a question, and I'd be like, sure, I guess if you just are dying to change the oil
sure.
outside.
I guess like what about the transmission fluid?
You changing the fluid? Like, what's
There's a
up?
lot go into that.
I
you
think
know?
that's very pretty, bro. I think that's beautiful. Like I think that's sexy.
We're just using the change the oil as an analogy, right? Or is that actually what you're seeking?
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying,
okay. We
like-
talking about something. I thought we were talking about changing oil in the car. Okay, we just jumped around
Yeah.
there for a second.
I got you.
Yeah, we just like talking about some goddamn freaking air freshener oil, nigga.
No, I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
essential
Car, oil in the car. Oil in the car.
Yeah.
Nah,
yeah,
I'm
oil
talking
in the
about
car.
oil in the car. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
beautiful, bro.
I
I think really, like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta give women their credit because they learned and everything we know how to do.
Yeah.
And
I
then
mean,
they more
yes.
detailed. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's a beautiful situation if she gonna go change the oil. But not gonna make me feel less of a man. You know what I'm
My
saying?
biggest thing is
We both can do the same thing.
it's not really for me. It's not really the same thing or like something extravagant or just something like, oh man, like wow, she cut the hole with this or she trimmed the bushes or she did this or she did that. I just if I see you doing something, you can be messing up, but you're willing to make that sacrifice to be uncomfortable for me.
Mhm.
I'll change the oil, trim the bushes, weed eat the grass. I'll do every hard thing it is because I see that like it's evidence that when the going gets tough, the tough gonna get going, and you're gonna be right by my side.
What if you already in that situation where, you know what I'm saying, you already settled down and your girl is like, I'm not finna eat no noodles.
Well, see, that's the thing. Then you're not willing to sacrifice. Like, depending on what's going on, the severity of the situation. Like, that's all we can do right now. I'm not finna do that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what
What do you mean you're not finna do that? So that makes
Yeah.
it harder on me.
I'm with Josh on that one.
And then she
I
says,
really wouldn't know
she
what to say.
says, that ain't, you supposed to be taking care of me. What you mean? That you
See,
signed up for that.
Now here we go. I go back to what I said. Julia
Yeah.
posted last time. My dad had 2 kids and they took care of everything.
Yeah.
And I go back to that how you were raised.
You think
product
that-
of your
that-
environment.
that
You think
make
there's
you-
I mean, I get it. It may happen right at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
In
Some people
situations
facing that.
so situations were different. It was. But let's flip that. How would you feel? Let's go back to like you said about the career. How would you feel if I said, well, I want to get out and I want to be a nurse, or I want to be a doctor, or dentist, whatever. When I was young, my mama stayed home. She had kids. She cleaned up the house. She was a house mom. That's what you gonna be.
Yeah.
So the situation, flip that to the other side. So back what you saying, you say like, what if she say, I'm not gonna do that? That's what you're supposed to do as a man. You can say something like this, and I say this. I say this a lot. So, as a woman, for a man, a woman is like your motivation. It gives you something to work for, to be proud of. Oh my bad. give you something to work for, be proud of. You know, she's pretty, she's beautiful, this and that. She's behind you. She's always motivating you. A man, a good man for a woman is the best weapon she got in her arsenal. The best weapon. So if that's the best weapon, the strongest weapon you got in your arsenal, why wouldn't you want to be sure that that weapon is stressed or used the least amount? Because you know when the stuff hits the fan, you're going to need it. So you need to make sure whatever you want to call your man, a 45, a sword, if he a sword, you want to make sure he's shined and he's sharpened. Shine, sharpen, oiled up, shine, sharpen. Put in the glass on the pedestal, because guess what? When it's time to go to war, that's the only defense that you have against whatever your enemy may be. Because when you in the house, it's automatic, you know. If y'all both are in a situation where it's like, you know, like, oh man, you know, the finances are a little. That's one of the things a man have to do automatically. He got to step up. You can go get you a job, but I guarantee you this: like, more than half the time, if he a good man, he gonna be working harder than you, and he's not gonna allow you to do what he do. You gonna be getting home at 5. He might be getting home at 1:30 to make sure that you get home at 5. He might have 2 jobs, where you got 1 job to make sure you don't have to get 2 jobs. So, with that being said, as I say, behind every good man, as the saying goes, is a good woman. But at the same time, a good man is a woman's most valuable weapon that she's got to fight against her enemies, whatever that may be.
Yeah, you gotta have that woman that's, you know what I'm saying, a compliment though. That
You gotta have, she's gotta compliment you. She's got to, because she's gotta be behind you. She's gotta be behind you. Because as I say, if you're a good man, you automatically gonna be. If she say, "Oh, baby, well, I gotta go get 2 jobs," you just keep your 1 job. You're gonna be like, "Ah, ha, ha, ha. I got this. I'll get 2 jobs."
What's funny is I just had to go kill a bug for him.
The best weapon she got in her arsenal. Boy, look, he got up, dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Save the day.
Save the day. And there was another thing I used to say on our old podcast. I had said something like people wanna, if you got a woman that's like, "Oh, you so do this, man, I'm the person, I'm this, I'm that," whatever you may have. And this is just from a man to a woman, from my aspect as a man to a woman. It don't go the other way around. It only goes this way. In a household, whether you got kids or not, in a household, the man is the first line of defense.
Oh yeah.
He's the first line of defense. He's the one that go out there on the front line. He gets trampled first, so you can get ahead.
not my girl know jujitsu.
Oh, I mean, she can know jujitsu, but you gonna let her die first?
I don't know jujitsu.
But I'm saying you gonna let her get in front of you, and then be like, "Dang, girl."
She jumped in front of me because she knew jujitsu.
But I'm saying if you the first line of defense. You heard
did.
creak.
I was out there, but then she stepped in front of me.
You heard creak in the kitchen.
But she took the initiative, Josh.
Right.
You heard creak in the kitchen. You heard window break. Who going down first? Who going downstairs first?
Yeah, I'm gonna go downstairs. Then she jumps in front of me.
You gonna be like,
That's
hey,
it.
She knows
I say,
jujitsu,
hey,
big dog.
Hey, baby, I know that's your forte. You know how to work your legs.
But I'm gonna tell you this though. You stupid. I'm gonna tell you this though. Depending on your environment, it'll be second nature. It'll be a reflex.
Yeah.
You'll be like, "Dang." Before I knew it, I was all over dude, man. I thought he was finna hurt you. Automatic. It's gonna be automatic if that's what's in you. Automatic. It's in you. As if you what you call yourself a good man, it's in you to step in front of it for your woman.
It's not it. Yeah.
Women different nowadays, bro.
They are.
They
They're all a little bit more good.
You know what they be like? Traditional relationships. They like not traditional no more.
No, I mean, but
You got women proposing now.
Social media is a
That's always been
a ball
that.
game.
It's just more common.
Jules, let me have a moment. They got women proposing now.
I think that's just like it started and like
They got
People took a
women.
hold of it.
They got women building houses. They got women engineers, bro.
well, I mean the whole
Like,
job thing. Now I'm not gonna say the job thing because they could do that anyway.
but
They
what
could do
I'm
it
saying
anyway.
is like they got their licensing and all that. Like,
Yeah, they could already do it anyway.
they,
Women are
bro,
smarter
like
than men
women,
anyway.
like they voting, bro.
Yeah, they could do all this stuff anyway. Now you
Watt is
saying
getting to the
about
core of this issue.
now you saying stuff about like
They
them
can vote
proposing,
now.
and
Bro,
then
bro.
like have you? I mean, I don't know if you heard of this. Like the man taking the woman's last name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ain't no way, bro.
yeah.
So you telling me?
I've heard of that.
That'll be when I say I need to get myself together. I love you, but I
But
love you more. Get you
there's just
somebody
this
who's
one
gonna take your
thing.
last name.
Oprah tell you to change your last name.
No,
She give you 500 million off
Jo-
the rip.
Joshua Winfrey. Well, if it's about money, I don't love you. We don't love each other.
Joshua
This is
Winfrey.
about
That
this
don't
is about
sound
this is
half
a
bad.
publicity stunt. It's about money.
Joshua Winfrey.
That's starting to sound real
It
good.
sounds really good.
Would
But
you do
it's-
it?
But no. If it would have something to
Bro,
do with like
lying.
love, now you
Bro,
taking my
lying.
name, man. Like, come on now. That's
Come on, bro. You say you not
and listen,
taking
and I
Oprah
get it.
Winfrey
Like
last name?
people are
I swear to
people
God.
are tired of doing
Yeah, I
things.
guess-
All
I
gotta
guess
do
you
is
would.
give me 10 mil.
I could have done with a
100,000. Pay my rent. Pay my rent this month.
Dude, what did you just
I
say?
think people are just kind of. It started with some people who actually did. Then some people are just tired of doing things a traditional
Yeah.
way, so they
They just want to be
things
cool.
Like,
Want
they
to be
want to
different.
be They're just like, hey, let's
Hey, this hasn't been done
let's
before.
be different.
let's
be
do it.
different. Instead of wearing your wedding ring on your left, wear it on your right, or
Yeah.
instead of it's
yeah.
like just be different. Be different.
Women run the world, bro.
Vaughn's actually like we
Well,
said they didn't.
I can tell you, as I say, I love music. I can tell you the
Man,
wise words
A girl bust your face off your face right now.
of James Brown.
What's that girl boxer? Ramsey?
UFC. I don't know.
Boy, she'll slide your nose right off your
Oh.
face, bro.
Oh yeah, I know that, but that's in their own
Field.
field. Yeah.
That's they
put
feel.
it in
Life
there
is
with,
they
put it
field.
in there with Conor McGregor. We
Now,
got-
why you gonna wish that upon her, Josh?
I'm just saying we got different wins. You trying to
Josh, see, now you doing too much.
you trying to compare like.
See, Josh, now you just
Let
went
me
to the
finish
left.
what I was finna say. Let me finish what I was finna say.
Now, why would you go and do that, Josh?
Finish what I say.
That's
The
wild.
wise words of the Reverend James Brown. He said, "This is a man's world. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl."
Why you get your voice deep like that?
Because it's a good point. I mean, that's an absolutely good point. I
He had
mean,
that Lil Wayne.
to people, the
Had the
people who
Lil
like
Wayne
put
voice.
women down. It's like, man, she wouldn't even be here without a woman, brother.
Yeah.
You wouldn't exist. You
Right.
wouldn't exist.
This
It's two
is
parties.
one couldn't argue, vice versa.
They gotta coincide. Yeah, they can. You can prove it.
One could argue.
I
You wouldn't be here without a girl. I mean, a man.
You can. Yeah. So like, you gotta be together.
You say what you say about the see this brings us back to the seesaw.
Yeah. I know.
I know.
I know. But hey, I'm just giving the the appropriate when it's due. I gotta take my hat off to him.
Yeah.
I understand the things we go through. As I say, as a man, like, oh, well, you didn't go to work today.
Yeah.
I was your age. I was working 8 days a week.
Yeah.
8 days a week.
I'll say this too. You gotta know your limits as a man, and I say that because, like hey, you see the dog like I see the dog. If I see a dog try, come down the street, and I say, babe, hey, look to your left, like just it's right there, and you stay right there, and you see me move.
Oh, well, see, then you that person we're talking about,
What? What are we talking about?
You know, I let you get bit by a dog because I'm not in a good place right now.
And then you go try to, you know what I'm saying, we up here in the movie theater, and you know what I'm saying, you got this big dude in front of you, and just what you gonna do? You know, you just smack your girl.
Just smack your girl?
Yeah. Bow.
I
big
think
dude.
I think at that point
What you gonna do? You gonna say it was my second nature to
well, I feel
fight
like
this nigga.
I feel like that in a situation like that, if you really did care about your girl, you wouldn't even see him as a big dude. Yeah, you've seen small guys be like, you think because you big, I can't knock you out.
Oh yeah.
You wouldn't even. I think that if you saw that, like your first reaction, you'd probably be holding your head and you would still be like enraged.
Mhm.
I feel like if
Yeah.
you feel that way about your girl, you wouldn't care about a big dude. You wouldn't care about a gun in your face or a dog. I mean, you just gonna be like,
Hey, by the way, I'm just joking around over
yeah,
here.
yeah, I know. We just joking. We just
Well,
joking.
I was just making.
He
sure.
fishing our brain.
Yeah,
by the way.
I was just.
Yeah,
it was just
no hate mail
scenarios.
on my homeboy. He
Yeah,
just
don't-
fishing my brain.
Don't like think that's, you know what I'm saying, like, cause if somebody hit low key, if somebody hit one of the homies, I'm
Yeah,
already.
it's
out
over.
here.
If you remember that time we pranked you that time,
What's that?
and we was like, it was a prank that my brother had did on you. Like we finna beat so and so up or something. I mean, it was at my house,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, man, dude. I was like, man, y'all gotta stop. Dude is getting like really pissed off.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, you was like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. I'm finna
Yeah, I'm real protective. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be second nature. Like, man, you could be 7 foot tall, 300 pounds of pure muscle. Somebody hit somebody that you love, it's finna be straight
it's over
business. Straight business. It's gonna be straight business.
Now he can hit me real hard, and make me snap out of it. I'll put it that way. Wow. Hey. Hey.
We need to talk about
Come
it.
on, let's get out of here. Let's.
If
let's-
that happened,
let's
I'd
get
be
outta
like,
here.
listen, we're not cavemen. Let's talk about it.
Look, I
Yeah.
tried my best.
We've
Let's
come
get
this
out
far
now.
in life. We got AI, we got flying cars. Let's sit down,
Let's have a
have some
conversation.
coffee, figure out why you mad at me, why I'm mad at you.
Hey, let's figure out why you mad at me, man.
Yeah, let's just talk about it, man.
You had to hit me like that?
Like, dang, man, you
Why
gotta
your
knock my ear off. I got 2 ears on one side. But yeah, man, I like I say, I give props what it's due, man. I know that a lot of things that we have to go through as men, but you know, women gotta go through a lot too, just to be, you know, be what the world expects them to be, the
Mhm.
world standard
Yeah.
or your environment's standard.
Yeah.
You know, I know they're for women is some of it is kind of different. For us, it's like all the same. You gotta be you a man. You're supposed to do this. You know, you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to work. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to hurt. You're supposed to do this. You know,
Yeah.
it's like a lot of, I ain't gonna say all the men, but the majority of it. Like, I mean, I can say y'all heard the same thing. As a man, you're supposed to get down. You're supposed to be
yeah.
like this. It's supposed to be hard. And I think that's where, you know, self-consciously, that's how we bottle things up, the way we feel about things. Because, you
Yeah.
know, we still want to be that good, strong man
Yeah.
that the world standards or our environment standards portray one.
I'm okay with crying.
Jesus cried. That's what I always say.
I'm okay with shedding tears.
If Jesus cried, he can bring people back to life. You better believe I'm gonna boo-hoo. I'm boo-hooing, son.
Ain't
I
nothing
don't know
wrong
what
with
y'all
it.
believe, you know, on podcast, you know, what your listeners believe or anything, but you know, I take pride in it. I'm like,
Yeah.
man. I cried after Meet the Robinsons, you know what I'm saying? If y'all know what that is. You know, Winnie the Pooh. You know,
I'm dead.
I'm just being honest with you, you know what I'm saying?
Stuart Little.
Stuart Little. Yeah, Stuart
Charlotte's
Little.
Web.
You know, Charlotte's, now, hey, I ain't gonna lie, boy. When he was like,
When the little-
Charlotte?
Yeah, when the little piggy
Charlotte.
died, they ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
They
hey,
ain't gonna say that.
What was
Little
it?
Piggy died. It was a spider, dude. You ain't seen it. See, let me tell y'all something.
He said,
You know, I have people, be.
the little piggy dog.
Yeah, man, yeah, I cried, man, when the duck died. What? When the horse stepped on the duck on Charlie's rib?
He's
Yeah,
thinking.
Everybody went in depth.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got into
Are
it.
you thinking of that other movie with the
Brother, I
actual
don't know
pig?
what I was.
He don't even know.
No, he doesn't even know.
Yeah,
I'm just
man,
saying.
that was a good kids movie.
It's
man.
past my bedtime.
Yeah, that movie Saw, man, that was the best kids movie I've
I
ever
bet.
seen. What? Huh?
I bet Vaughn did cry to Bridge to Terabithia. Remember that movie?
I remember that.
Oh yeah,
I did.
Bridge
I
to Terabithia.
remember
That it took you had to like take a deep breath and say, "I bet Bud
Yeah.
did cry with Bridge to Terabithia."
Hey,
got-
this
it
is
took
hard.
Vaughn a
Take-
second to
take
see
with you.
Bridge that in.
Take with you.
I said, yeah, I did. I did.
But yeah, man, there was something else, man. I can't remember. I remember that
What's
about
on
the
your list,
song,
Will?
man.
Oh, that was it.
Dang, it was like a good topic, bro. It was a good topic. I want to say something to y'all about. See what y'all thoughts was on it. Y'all thoughts was. I know we mentioned that about the as far as the relationship. If you let them go, do you really love them?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you should be able to at least try to sacrifice something for the person you love. That's just bottom line. Whatever. The product of your environment. A lot of people do feel like that it is. I like that. That's what I was going to mention about the product of your environment. Sometimes not seeing the other side is a good thing.
Mm.
And the reason I say that is, I ask y'all, if you knew you was going to be where you are today, you knew exactly how you was going to get there and exactly what was going to happen, and it was going to be all right, would you still work as hard as you did not knowing?
It's a great point. You wouldn't.
You wouldn't. You'd be like, oh, I know tomorrow I turn left. I talk to this guy walking down the road, say hello.
Yeah.
He gives me a card. I talk to him. All I got to do is say this.
Yeah.
I get the job. I worked for about 2 years. I could probably cut that in half. I just go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless it was a situation where, in order for you to progress to that next step, you had to go talk to that dude.
But I'm
Would
saying,
you
this
delay it,
is
though?
my thing though. My point is this. You're fighting to progress to the next step. You don't know that you have to talk to that man.
Mm.
You walked in this place with the mindset of, I'm getting this. And I'm doing whatever it takes to get it. And you worked hard to get there. Versus you knew to talk to him and you knew like the steps to take.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Would you
Yeah,
still have
I
that
mean-
same drive, that same energy?
No, it's kind of like telling somebody your goal before you even do it. You get a high off of just saying it
Mm-hmm.
instead of actually doing it.
Yeah.
So, and I say that to say this. When it seems hard and you can't see the other side, or you may not even see the progress in what you're doing, don't give up. Don't stop. Don't stop. If you feel that you at the very bottom, there's another one. There's another one. And this is the flip side of that. If you feel like you at the very bottom, you can't go no lower, don't just keep on doing the same thing. I always say the mentality of it is what it is. And as we say about the Trump, this is who I am. It's what my dad was. This is what my mom was. Don't do it. And the reason I say that, man, I was, as I say, I don't know what y'all, you know what I'm saying, speak a little bit about the Bible. Paul, when he was Saul, all the stuff that he was doing, everything he was doing, persecuting those people and stuff, Jesus came to him
Mm-hmm.
and said, like, hey man, you're destroying yourself. And I think about that in a way like, man, so you feel like that you could be at the lowest of the lowest and there is no returning.
Yeah.
Look what he was doing. Now I say whether you believe it or not, that's that's your prerogative.
That's up to
But
you.
I'm saying, look what he was doing. And if he was doing, let's bring it to modernize it. If he was doing that today, y'all would say he needed to be under the jail.
Oh yeah.
Under the jail. He needed to be executed. But there was favor sought him. Because somebody higher, of course, Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
higher than him, we may say authority figure or somebody in our life, saw something in him that he couldn't see himself.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to a situation, man, where you think it's all over, that you made the biggest mistake of your life, and this is it. It is what it is. I can't go no lower than this. You can go lower than that. But just remember, just like Jesus, there's somebody out there that care for you, that's trying to tell you, like, man, you need to turn around. And when he turned around, everything turned around.
Yeah.
Everything changed. I always say, a lot of times we're scared to take a risk, but sometimes the risk is all it takes. But we don't know what the next outcome is. We don't know what it's going to be. We don't know what it's going to be. We're in that situation where we're kind of blind, so we can continue to fight, keep that hope, keep our mind focused. So when we do get there and we do start seeing productivity, it's more rewarding for us. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you appreciate more. And something that you appreciate more, you hold on to it harder. It's yours.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I say about the song about if it's magic.
Mm-hmm.
If it's magic, you're going to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And in that song, it's really talking about love and different things like that. It says, if it's magic, why do we treat it this way? Or why do we? So if you love it so much, why you treat it this way? I guarantee you fight for it, you get it, you're going to hold on to it.
You're going to take pride in it.
You're going to take pride in it. So flip side of that, as I say, if you down and you low, don't think you can't go no lower. Because if you, listen, if you're doing a lot of crazy stuff, the lowest you can go is 6 feet under.
Yeah.
So if you still above ground, you have an opportunity.
Yeah.
If you're working towards a goal and it don't really seem like it's working out, you're not seeing the productivity that you want to see, just remember, everything you do in life is like a muscle. It's like going to the gym. You can go, I always say about Vontae, man, I used to go to the gym with Vontae. He says, all you do is lift weights. Like all you do is bench press and dumbbells. And he was right. So if you're in a situation where that's all you do, guess what's going to happen eventually? You're going to hurt because you're not lifting the weights right. But eventually, you're going to gain muscle. And when you gain muscle, you get better.
Yeah.
I always say working out is like walking to a destination. Whether you walking backwards, walking wrong, walking slow, or sliding your feet, you're making progress to that goal.
Yeah.
So right now, it ain't what you think it is, but keep on doing it.
Yeah.
Have confidence in your goals and confidence in yourself. But as I always say, it's easier said than done. It is. And, just hold on to it, man. So I say, hold on to the hope. Hold on to the hope if that's the situation you're in. And hold on to the hope that you got another chance if you're in the flip side of it where you feel like there's no lower you can go. Yeah. Remember, most important thing, because every day you wake up is a blessing. Every day you wake up is a second chance. If you're not 6 feet under, you're not as low as you can go.
Yeah. There's always an opportunity for you to make any decision that you want to do.
It is. As I say, it's easier said than done. But everything, like the brain is a muscle. The more it take in, the more it can take in, the stronger it gets. Yeah.
And it's also a really good fact about that is that there's nothing that can take that away from you.
It really isn't. It really isn't.
There's nothing that can take that away. There's no AI. Ain't nothing like that.
I like how you modernized it.
There's no, you brought up authority figures. Well, they do have some influence, but at the end of the day,
it's up to you.
It's up to you. And if you really think about it, it's going to be your decision at that end of the day. And no one can take that away from you. That's your gift. And it's solely yours. So what are you going to do with it? That's kind of the whole theme of it is.
And as I say, and I'm speaking from experience, man, like every day is another day for me to figure out what to do and how to do it. Mm-hmm. And as I get older, as I go through this world, I get older and older. I come to understand more and more why certain people make certain decisions and got in the position they are in and all that. And I'm not judging them. on the bad decisions they make. I'm
All right.
But yeah, I'm not judging by me looking at people's situations and seeing what they did as far as making wrong decisions. I'm not judging them for what they did. I'm looking at their decisions, knowing that I'm an imperfect individual in the same world that they in, and I can make the same mistake. So every day I wake up, I try to figure out like, what's something new I can learn. Some wisdom, some knowledge
Yeah.
I can take in because knowledge is everything. People spend, millions and millions of dollars on knowledge, on books. It's everything.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what's key. Knowledge is key. They say it's not what you know, it's who you know. Then sometimes they say it's not who you know, it's what you know.
Yeah.
So, knowledge is like, man, just retain that knowledge, man. Just keep on remembering, pondering, thinking, reading. Whatever you can do. Stick to the books, however you can do it. I mean, I kind of lost it, but
Yeah. I know. I mean,
lost
I
the
get the
train
point
of
you're making for sure. I think we talked about a lot of valuable things if you think about it, with the product of your environment, you know. We also had the topic of like even like what would you do in that situation with the uh saying like it's not me or it's not you, it's me,
yeah, you,
that situation. So
nah,
there,
well, y'all let us know what y'all think, man.
yeah, definitely leave some comments for us, just like we read some earlier.
We're just fishing around, you know what I'm saying? And that's what this is all about. This is just us in our day to day lives, our opinions, you know what I'm saying? They're just our opinions. Those are your opinions. It's just what you believe, that's what you believe. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you feel, that's how you feel. It's how we feel. So you know what I'm saying? Just if it was anything that you could take from this, do it. Use it. There was that comment that we read from Miss Love.
Love and I don't know the other one.
Another one. I took something from that. I'm like, oh man, like that was like,
Yeah.
Jasmine.
yeah, my wife.
Jasmine.
Of course, I take stuff. I take now from her all the time, man. She always getting on me about something. You know what I'm saying? Just try to keep my man in the right place. So this ain't nothing but
Blown out
love.
the gutter.
Shout out to my wife. You know what I'm saying, for dealing with me.
Yeah.
I'm on here. As I say, I can. It's easier said than done. I can tell you all this stuff that the knowledge that I'm retaining and things that I'm saying, but I always say the same thing when I'm riding around at work, when I'm driving by myself. I need to take my own advice.
Yeah.
That's why I always say it's easier said than done.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm still working on. That's why I say every day is another day to try to work on something or towards something or over something.
Josh, what do you think about it for next episode? Next episode, we'll just should we let the people decide what we talk about? Kind of have how they have to have a discussion about certain topics that we've posted on our TikTok and other stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. That's actually a pretty good thing. Like, yeah, if y'all may have a question, ask us a
Yeah,
question. Ask us something
yeah.
like, hey man, how do y'all feel about this? Or how do y'all feel about that? We'll pick somebody out of the comments and we'll, fish around, pick each other's brain on what, the question that you asked, because that's what we're doing this for. We
Yeah.
want y'all input. We're talking to y'all. We want y'all to talk to us. This is a conversation. If you listen to this right now, we all in the same room.
For
We all
real.
in the same room.
Yeah, so all of our 78 followers on TikTok, go ahead. If you want us to, have a
Man, he was
conversation,
Yeah.
look, y'all tune in. Y'all tune in and let us know what y'all want us to talk about for the next podcast. All our 78 followers. If you real. If anyone is out there.
Keep saying all our
All our
Plus
78.
the 6 on YouTube.
If you're real, if you're out there, y'all
Yeah,
comment what y'all want us to talk
You
subscribe,
went
about.
legend on
share.
us on that one.
Yeah,
If you're out there,
subscribe, share,
I'm
like,
here.
subscribe, share, like, subscribe, share. Or whatever it is. Email, I don't know, 1-800, whatever. If you take anything from this podcast, man, of what we said, all I say is we try to stay positive, use it positively. Use it to grow,
Appreciate you
to
guys for
get better.
tuning in.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
until the next time, for sure.
Until next time.
We out.
This is KRKRB, channel 72.
1-800. Did you get horned by a deer?
Yeah, horn.
Thank you for tuning in to our day-to-day conversations, always providing valuable information.
I don't pay attention to the days no more. I don't pay attention to the days no more.